Every day for the past 100 years, God gives us strength. Strength in muscles rippling, flexing arms, heaving breaths. Strength to pass on your shot, to sacrifice your body for your teammate. Strength to not only coach players, but mentor people. Strength to stand against racism and support women's sports. Strength to pray for our competitors. Strength to band together and believe in all of our teammates as family. And when we say yes to His strength, we strengthen our mind, our body, and our soul, praising God in each breath, every step, leaving everything on the field. Over 100 years, the Lord has equipped us to run, push, lift, throw, dive, slice through the air toward victory. The victory of having done something we would gladly repeat, again and again, for hundreds of years to come.
It was one of those games that was back and forth a little, but they were pretty much handling us pretty well. Where it was like, well, this game's over, it's going to be a loss in the finals. And we started hitting. Before we know it, we were within 3 points. Sure enough, we hit the winning basket, clock goes off. No one had picked us to win that game. But us Gordon fans, we were just cheering and yelling and screaming.
Everyone contributed to that championships. That season showed how everyone was willing to sacrifice for the greater good of the teams. It's okay to go out there and compete for championships. And as I say to my players, it's okay to knock somebody down, but it's okay to pick them up afterwards as well.
And yes, people have changed, yes, times have changed, but athletics really hasn't changed. Whoever played basketball in 1921 when they started was probably just as competitive, just as driven, just as Christ-centered as our athletes are now.
Our men's soccer team in the 60s won game after game after game, and the fans just came and enjoyed watching them.
The King's College Tournament was a wonderful experience. The year that we won the King's Tournament, I believe it was 1971. I was broadcasting, and it was wonderful just to be part of that. I think we hit the last shot. Somebody took a shot from above the circle. This was before the three-pointer. He missed, but this tall guy, Les Styles, 7-footer, got the rebound, laid it in at the buzzer, and we won the tournament.
And we weren't their favorite, but we went in and we were able to go to UNE on their field. My team did the locker room speech themselves. They didn't let me in. You know, the coaches were barred from the locker room when they did their own speech, and they just showed that they can lead, that they really were passionate about winning that game, and they went out in the field and dominated, and they won that game. Think of what it is. We're all called to use our gifts to the fullest of our abilities, and we're called to serve the Lord wherever we are. Nehemiah says, the joy of the Lord is my strength. When we use our strengths that we've been given to the fullest of our abilities, it brings God joy.
It's the little things. A game will end, win or loss, and our team will go out to the middle of the court or the middle of the field to hold hands and pray. And I can think of many times where opposing teams would come out and join us. But to be able to stand there and watch them in prayer and think that's the focus of why we do what we do. We are Christ-focused. It's all about an audience of one.
We don't separate out our spirit and our mind and our body. It is all interconnected, and we bring glory to God in all that we do, both physically and how we think in our spiritual life. They're not separate.
As a coach, I had the immense privilege of bringing home our first national championship from Dadvale, which was a truly glorious moment for them and for Gordon.
Right now it is Gordon, nice looking crew out in front.
That was one heck of a race.
I think when you're coaching athletes whose understanding of the definition of sacrifice is that Christ laid down his life for them, you're coaching athletes whose understanding of what it looks like to sacrifice for their teammates is deeper and richer.
My teammate wants to win so badly, I'm going to do this for him, or I'm going to do this for her.
A good coach makes you go through preseason real hard. Why? Because when the game comes, you need the stamina and energy to play at the top of your game.
When I look at the students I knew back in the 60s, and I look at the students that I teach today and go to their sports events and watch, I see character building. I see joy in functioning as a whole together, as a team.
I still use those lessons every day in my career, and I go back to the lessons I learned.
The legacy is that it's trained a lot of us to be better doctors, lawyers, teachers, parents, and above all, servants of Christ.
Those who hope in the Lord
will renew their strength.
They will soar
on wings like eagles.
They shall run
and not grow weary.
They will walk
and not be faint.